Hi, I'm back again with some more of my videos where we're planning our road trip to Rome, which is the 2,700 and so many miles of driving we're going to be doing. I've got my notepad because I need to remember stuff, but I have got a nice one that my friend got me, but I don't want to make any mistakes in it, which sounds a bit stupid, so I'll use a scruffy one for now. So what you need to make sure, or I need to make sure in the car that we've got ours on still, is a UK car sticker. It goes on your number plate, or you can get the big white stickers that you just stick on the back of your car. You need to make sure that you've got UK and not GB. I think the whole Brexit thing, but it's the UK one you need. Then you need to make sure you're carrying around in your car your driving licence, your passport, your logbook, your V5, your insurance documents, and an MOT certificate. So, all them important documents you've got to carry around with you. Then you need, you can get the kits off Amazon or Halfords, and I think they're about 30 quid, that have all this in. So it has like your high-vis for passengers. So for the kids, we just pop theirs in the back of our seat so they can get them, and we have ours in the side of the door. It then comes with a warning triangle, and your headlight deflectors, because obviously, like us, if you're taking your car, you're driving on the opposite side of the road. So if your headlights, you're going to be, mine are them LED ones, so they just glare everyone anyway. So, but at least then it's legal. So you need to make sure you have those. But I think I can put a picture on, and it'll have the stuff. For France, you need to also make sure from their government website you order a Crit Air sticker. It's about €3, and I think about €5.20, including postage. Basically, if you don't have one of them, you can get fined between 68 and €135. So for €3, get the sticker, and I just stick it in the windscreen like where your old tax disc used to go. And I think a lot of the major cities now in France require you to have them if you drive within a certain area. I know when we did Paris the other year, on our sat nav it comes up as a warning saying you are now entering like the Crit Air zone, and then obviously I think they have cameras and stuff, and it'll just catch you out. So just get the sticker, and it does last then for life as long as your car is running the emissions all right. So just get the sticker. I've checked and I can't find it. It says it for Italy, so I think we're all right there. And we also need snow chains, because the route that we are driving through the Alps, it's still law until the 14th of April that we have to have snow chains. So yeah, that'll be fun. If you've got winter tyres, then you're fine, but we haven't, and we've just had new tyres on the car after the MOT. So yeah, so we've ordered some snow chains from Amazon that are coming tomorrow. And then we're going to have a few practices of putting them on, because if you drive, and apparently there's a blue sign, which means you have to be driving with them on. So, we need to get practicing, because if we do have to put them on, there's nothing like a lovely disagreement in snow, cold weather, trying to shove snow chains on. So I'm a bit nervous about doing that, but it is what it is. And then it's recommended that you have spare bulbs and a first aid kit. Well, I always carry a first aid kit in the car anyway, just in case anyone has any accidents when we're out. And spare bulbs I have got. I don't know how you do them, but I think I'll have to just YouTube it if needed. So yeah, and it's recommended, they've just changed the law, so it's recommended that you carry breathalyzers in your car. We've got them in the boot from last time. We didn't need to use them, but their blood alcohol test that they do is a lot lower in Europe than what we have in the UK. So it just recommends, like, if you'd have like 1 pint over here, probably just don't do it over there, which is fine for us, because I think we'll be that knackered anyway. We'll be getting in, and I'll be probably wanting to go to sleep. And most of the motorways in France are tolls, so they just get a bit costly. I'm not sure what the tolls are like in Italy, whether they hammer you as much as what they do in France, because France there is a lot. So what we've ordered, or we're ordering, sorry, we've had it last year when we went. I've got my little notepad I'm having to check. We're using Bip and Go, and it comes and it's like this big, and then we just put it on behind the rear view mirror, and it's about €20 to get it. You think you pay £14 activation and €6 for your shipping, and then roughly about £4 a month you pay for France and Italy for when you're using it. And then if you're not using it, you don't pay anything, and I think you can return it and get some money back on it, but I need to double check. if we use Bip and Go or whether that was somebody else. So yeah, and it also covers you in car parks in France, in certain car parks, and when you go through, it'll just bip you through, and you're charged on this tag. So what that means is, when you're driving up to the toll, I have to use my hands up because obviously can't figure out what I'm going on about. You drive up to the toll, and then it'll beep and slowly, obviously, and then the barrier will go up and you go through, and then the following month you'll be billed for it. So it's quite handy. We paid a lot in tolls when we went to southern France last year, and I've worked out roughly, I think it's about €300 or pounds that it is going to be for our road trip, which is ridiculous. So it means it comes out the month after, which in terms for us of spends, it's not coming out of our chunk of spending, it'll come out the following month, which is very, very handy. So yeah, that's so far the list that I've got, just to make sure that the stuff is still in the car. It is funny how, like in the UK, I've just shoved all this, when we came back, it's just shoved in the bottom of the boot. When I travel abroad, I've got everything set out. I really should like keep it handy in the car over here in case anything happens. I'm not sure why we're so lax over in this country. So I think I've got everything covered of what I need to get, or just to double check everything. I also need to check, I am a bit concerned. In our car I've looked and we don't have a spare tyre. But what we have is that gel stuff that you shove in the tyre. So I just need to read up on it and watch a bit of YouTube, because I'm aware of like how far we're driving, that we, think if something like that was to happen, I haven't got a clue how to work the gel thing that you put in a tyre. And I don't want to be in a stressful situation where at the side of the road with the kids and then I can't figure it out. So I'm also aware I've done 2 road trips and I've never once thought to figure it out. But I just think with them just going that bit extra, I mean, it's a bit further than a bit extra, but I need to get this on. I feel like I'm working myself up for this road trip, but I just need lots of plans in place, and then I need to also plan. I've got my cousin coming, staying while we're away. They're coming up to visit, so I have to do like a list for them of stuff that I need, like in case I need to use stuff, like of how to work it and the alarms, and then tidy my house up. That's not what I'll be doing before I go on holiday. So I've got quite a few lists, so I feel like I need to get sort of organised with this. But yeah, so anyway, thanks for listening. I feel like I've just absolutely waffled on here, but I hope some of it, if anyone's driving abroad and this fact is a bit helpful for you, then that's good. If not, I've just done a video to remind myself of what I need to do. So